Hello, everybody. Hello, my loves. Um, yes, we are here, you guys. Today is Tuesday, June the 27th. This is our Transformation Tuesday, and we are still in our series, How to Transform Trauma. Okay, we are in part one, which is renewing the mind. And today, our topic is going to be identifying belief systems. Hello, 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 and thank you so much for joining me here on Periscope. Please type in your name so that I can officially and properly greet you. Okay, I'm streaming dual, you guys. So if you see me kind of looking back and forth a little bit, I know it may look kind of weird, but I'm simply just making sure that I'm reaching everybody. I'm so excited to be here. For those of you who don't know who I am Robyn Robbins, founder and CEO of Robyn Robbins Enterprises, where I faithfully, humbly, and excitedly serve as a best-selling author, certified transformation life coach, speaker, and advocate. And basically, in a nutshell, what I do is empower women to transform trauma, transform negative experiences so that they can thrive. Okay, so that's what I'm all about, and that's what I'm here to do. If you're joining me today, this is, I believe, our third or fourth topic in this specific series. Hello, 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 Chessie, if I'm not mistaken. Thank you so much for joining me. You guys, put your name down so that I could properly greet you because I don't want to like butcher your name. Okay, I want to properly greet you, but thank you so much for joining me. I'm truly excited. Doing this series has been amazing and it's been fulfilling to be able to just speak with you guys for a few minutes and add value to your life in this way. Um, it's been simply fulfilling. It's been really, really amazing. And so basically what we've been doing is delving in about how to transform trauma, how to transform negative experiences, right? I believe every experience that we go through, I believe if we have an unbiased perspective, we can see the blueprint or the code, if you will, in those experiences. And with the right perspective, we will be able to unveil and uncover what's really there that can help us catapult into the ideal, thriving life that we truly desire. Right? So, just a few ground rules really quick. I'm going to kind of like recap where we left off of last week, Thursday, to kind of lay the framework for today. So basically, what we've been going over the last live stream was the three R's that give life: renewing the mind, um, release, and replace. We've talked about that practical system when it came to helping us to shift our perspective, because I can teach you practical tools all day long as to how to literally transform trauma, but that part won't do you any good until we've got the right mindset. So really quickly today, we're still on part one, which is renewing the mind. But we are in phase three, I believe, or phase four, if I'm not mistaken. I believe it's phase three. And that phase of renewing the mind is identifying our belief system. So basically, a belief system is the thought pattern, a person's thought patterns surrounding a thing, right? So it is uh, the beliefs that govern our uh, our thought patterns as it pertains to a thing. And these can come from experiences, these can come from our values, these can come from our morals, and as I stated before, our experiences. In my experience, it has been very prevalent and very clear that for the most part, not all, but for the most part, the belief systems that we develop are more so tied to our experiences and our environments. And so today I just wanted to briefly come to you to raise our level of awareness as it pertains to the belief systems that we hold. One of the major keys in shifting one's mindset is to be able to identify the belief systems that are there. What are the belief systems that have been developed over the course of time as it pertains to those traumatic experiences, as it pertains to those negative experiences that we have gone through, whether it be in later in life, but more so, I want to focus on the things that we may have had experience in childhood. And the reason for that is simply because we're way more impressionable as children. Okay. And so again, if this is your first time joining me, then you probably are not familiar with the breakdown that I give in the other replays on the mind, the conscious mind, the subconscious minds, the silent messaging, the silent programming, and all of that good stuff. So I would definitely suggest that you go back to the other replays and get caught up on the information that we share there and how we kind of break that down so that you'll understand what we're talking about today. So I'm going to try to do this in 4 minutes, you guys, because I'm trying to get it to where these lives are not as strenuous. They're not as long. Okay. So identifying our belief systems. What is it that we believe surrounding these traumatic experiences and or negative experiences? What are the messages that these experiences have sent to us, right? Let's identify that. Let's take a deep breath. Let's really go back. Let's really look back and identify what that message is. In the past, I have used numerous examples. I've touched on this a little bit, but today I want to really dive into this. Our experiences have a way of sending us a message, whether the message is direct or whether the message is a silent message. Our experiences send us a message. For an example, I'll use myself. As I stated before, you guys know that I have experienced a lot of, in my past, a lot of reoccurring sexual abuse. And one of the messages that particular traumatic experience sent to me was the fact that I must have brought this on myself because it was happening so much, right? One of those messages was that I deserved everything that I was getting. You see what I'm saying? So our experiences have a way of sending us a message that we tend to embrace and endorse as a belief. And this happens in two ways. It sends us a direct message, but then there is a message and or belief pattern or belief system that we develop about ourselves. Okay? So we just simply want to make sure that we identify, okay, the source of this belief system. Where is this belief system coming from? That's number one. Is this belief coming directly from the traumatic thing that I've experienced or the negative thing that I've experienced? Is this a belief system that is being created as a result of the thing that I experienced? Okay, is this belief system or is this thought that directly a reflection of what I'm beginning to believe about myself, or is it a direct reflect of the actual circumstance or traumatic experience or negative experience that I have actually experienced? So that's the first thing that you want to identify. Okay, that's the first thing that you want to identify. Secondly, once we have identified which one it's coming from. We want to simply write out what that belief system is. We want to write out what that belief system is. Whether it's the message that has been received from the actual experience, okay? Or whether it's a message that has been developed about yourself, about myself, about the self, right? As a result of that traumatic and or negative experience. So we have to realize the reason why this is important to do this. Our belief systems are so powerful, you all, that it governs what we deem to be right, what we deem to be wrong. It governs what we deem to be true. It governs what we deem to be false. And this is why whenever we want to shift our mindset, whenever we want to renew our mind in order to execute and accomplish a thing, we have to deal with our belief system. You cannot attract what you want in life. You cannot thrive in life. You cannot be successful in life unless you identify your belief system. The results that we want in life is a direct reflection of the things that we believe, because our brain is the center and the source, right? It fuels everything. It fuels everything. So that's why in transformation, that's why when we're looking to change things, change habits, transform trauma, when we're looking to do these things, that's why the mind is so vital. This is why before I can give you any other practical tools, before I can show you how I did it for my life, right? Before I can show you how I've helped others do it for their life, I've got to make sure that we experience the mind shift that is necessary, okay, my friends, in order to produce the ending result. And that ending result can be the thriving life that you've always wanted to have. That ending result can be the mother that you've always desired to be. That ending result can simply be the relationship that you've always wanted to have, but because of the abuse that you endured, you were not able to shift. You didn't have someone to relate to you, someone that's been there, someone that understands what it feels like and what it takes, okay? So this is why it's so important to identify the belief system, to write down the belief system, and to understand where it's coming from, and to begin to shift and chip at that belief system, because that belief system is so powerful that it governs what we believe is right, what we believe is wrong, what we believe is false, and what we believe is true. So if you have belief systems that you believe is right, if you're receiving that as truth, then how could you ever produce anything different? Let me give you an example. If I had stuck with the belief that I deserve the abuse that I received, and it was a direct result of who I was, if I never ever got rid of that belief system, then it would have been impossible for me to be where I am today. Does that make sense? So this is why it's so important, my loves, to identify the belief system and to begin to chip away at it with the truth. Okay? So that's what I have for you all today. I want this takeaway to simply be: number one, identify the belief system. Is it a belief that's coming directly from what you've experienced? Or is it a belief that you have developed about the self as a result of what you've experienced? Number two, let's write down what those beliefs are. And lastly, number three, let's begin to chip away at those beliefs with the truth. Why? Because if we don't interrupt those belief systems, it will keep us caged and bound, and we will not be able to begin to manifest and attract that ideal, thriving life that we want. Okay, so I want to thank you all so much for taking the time to be with me today. I really, really, really tried my best this time around to make it short and kind of like straight to the point so that the lives don't run so long. And I want to admonish you all, don't wait for the next live, okay? Click the link. Either you're going to see this link in this live that you can click, or you can go to my bio depending on where you are joining me from. And I want to admonish you to go ahead and get a jump start, okay? I have a 21-day free, okay, life cleanse challenge. Get a jump start, ladies. Let's begin to identify the belief systems. Let's begin to see the things or the residue that's been holding us back. Let's begin to work on that mind shift so we can attract the relationships and that ideal thriving life that we always wanted, okay? Let's get the jump start. Let's envision who we are and who we were destined to be outside of the traumatic and or negative experiences that we have experienced, okay? So I love you, my loves. If you haven't heard it today, and if you haven't heard this all day today, know that I believe in you. And no matter what you've been through, no matter what you've seen, no matter what you've gone through, there is hope. There is hope. You are great. And no matter what, at the end of the day, continue to be unique, be bold, and be you. Until next time, have an amazing, amazing day.